Because we all know in the tropical area, most climate most and the very hot. So the feed raw material store and transport is a problems for tropical area like Bangladesh, like Pakistan and Thailand, etc. This country. So I can hear you.
Is it okay for you?
Yes, okay.
Yes,
Okay. Hello.
Yes, yes. Can you start?
Okay. Yes, I am without my headphone. I am trying to make my speech. If you can hear me, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So
First, you can
start?
introduce yourself, dear brother.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for being connected with us for today's webinar. My name is Akhtaruzzaman. Nickname is Akhtar. I'm a consultant and have been working to disseminate my knowledge technically on bile acid, I mean Runion of LACHANCE group. I have incorporated this in my formulas to have good effect. So today I have all some ideas how it works on the performance and growth of poultry, fish, and cattle. So let me start. We are from LACHANCE group. So it's great opportunity for all of us to know about bile acid. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. How? So we will discuss on bile acid by the name of Runion and the applications of different doses for poultry, cattle, and fishes, how it works for increasing our performance. So I think you all will be having some opportunity to know about bile acid and how it works. So next slide. There's a question: how bile acid can help reduce cost and increase efficiency? Very important questions. Most of the farmers, feed mill owners ask us how it can reduce cost and increase efficiency. You know, nowadays every feed mill owners and nutritionists are trying their level best to reduce cost as well as increasing efficiency. So bile acid is one of the solutions of these questions. How effects of bile acids, we have understood that it can replace oil, some portion of oils, like 2 to 3% oils, and improve metabolic energy. You know why we are putting oil in the feed formula? To get essential fatty acid as well as energy. So you know, if oil is not properly digested, I'll not get a metabolic energy in total. So that's why bile acid as an emulsifier, and by activating lipase enzyme, it helps in emulsification of oil as well as metabolic to digest, to get metabolic energy. So that's why it's very important to improve metabolic energy and moderately improve protein level. You know, when bile acid will be in the duodenum, so lipase enzyme will be activated and bile acid will help in digestion of fat. Fat will be digested, it will be absorbed. When it will be metabolized, it will give you energy. So during its digestibility indication, what we find? We find that essential fatty acid, triglyceride, cholesterol, and some lipoprotein. It's very important, you know. When it will be produced in the liver, liver will be burden free to get fatty liver. So this is the primary indication. If we can digest oil and metabolize oil to get our optimum result, so liver will be healthy, liver will be less burden, liver will be always functioning more. So that's why we can get some essential fatty acid, lipoprotein, cholesterol, so moderately improve protein level. Adjust component of raw materials. I means if we want to incorporate some raw materials, I mean unconventional raw materials, it's very difficult to to incorporate much more. Why? There are so many anti-nutritional factor. We can reduce anti-nutritional factor by incorporating this bile acid. So if we can able to incorporate some unconventional raw materials that are less cost, automatically I can reduce my feed cost, and by reducing some portion of oil, I can reduce my feed cost. This is the core message from this bile acid efficacy. Balance of feed cost, it's, you know, it's very easy term. I can balance my feed cost by incorporating unconventional raw materials. And if I can balance my feed cost, reduce my feed cost, automatically I will be in the market, even though market is very competitive. Accelerate the degradation of mycotoxin. It's very important message for us. You know, bile acid works on the raw materials where fat is available. You know, if I use full fat soya or soybean meal or rice polish, it is it has some oil. So as well as it has some mycotoxins. So mycotoxin will be addressed by toxin binder, but if there is any anti-nutritional factor which can affect as toxins, or harmful bacteria can produce endotoxins in the intestine, that toxin will be broken down by bile acid. So in that way, we can reduce toxicity in the intestine. So this toxin, if we cannot broken down, automatically it will go to liver. So liver will detoxify these toxins. For that reason, liver will be functioning more, liver will have some burden, so liver will be vulnerable. So bile acid will help in this way, broken down endotoxins to get free 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 environment, less burden on liver to detoxify this sort of endotoxins and other toxins. So it's very important message for us to reduce endotoxin, broken down endotoxin. Bile acid is very important. Bile acid also reduce stress. Stress is being produced in the intestine by some anti-nutritional factor, and if oil is not properly digested, oil will be oxidized. This oxidative oil have some stress in the intestine. So this way bile acid can reduce some stress. Next slide. Next slide.
Next part, Mr. Actor will share how to save feed cost by renewal. Because renewal can expand the crude fat utilization, so it can save 5 kilo oils replaced by mice and by acid. So there is a case to share by Mr. Actor. The
Okay.
case from New Hope.
Okay. So thank you very much, Armin, for pointing this issue. There is a case how we can reduce oil. You know, there's a boiler farm in New Hope. So 3,000 white feather boilers that was tested with our bile seed. So it is a trial. We got good result. I'm giving you the result. Next slide. So we followed the formula. You know, we reduce oil, but and as well as we used unconventional raw materials like cottonseed meal, peanut meal, corn gluten meal, soybean meal. So among these four, you know, unconventional cottonseed meal, there are some anti-nutritional factor in cottonseed meal. Peanut meal, same anti-nutritional factor. So it is very risky to incorporate, but if you use a bile acid, you can reduce this anti-nutritional factor of these unconventional raw materials like cottonseed meal, peanut meal. In Bangladesh, we do not use in boiler feed cottonseed meal, peanut feed, but we can use, if we use Runion, with Runion, no problem to use cottonseed meal, to use peanut meal, to use rice polish, this sort of unconventional raw materials we can use. So there is a trial. We got to formula, original feed formula, oil. They put much oil to get the optimum energy to indicate if there is possibility to reduce oil. That's why oil is in the original feed formula 68. With Runion, I mean bile acid, 200 gram Runion per ton of feed, they reduce oil. So, you know, CP same energy, little bit 3,220 with Runion, and original feed 3,250 kilocalorie, but CP percentage same 20.8, 20.8. It's a trial. So they got that fat reduced 0.6%, bile acid added for that reduction of oil 0.2%, I mean 200 gram per ton of feed, and cost reduce, you know, 350 taka. Very cost effective. 350 taka cost reduce by the use of only 200 gram Runion for per ton of feed. We proved how we can reduce oil. So it's a trial, they got good result. Next slide. So they've got results and conclusion. Original feed formulation, survival rate 96.5, with Runion 96.8. So birds survival rate increase, FCR lower. Original feed, I mean without Runion, without bile acid, FCR 1.4, with bile acid, FCR 1.39. And average weight, good. Days, more or less, okay, 38 days. with original feed, 37 days with original with optimum feed, I mean with bile seed, EPI, European performance 459, and with Runion 474. So conclusion is that survival rate increase, I can save some birds, and FCR reduce 0.02, EPI increase 15. So it's good result. It was tested in New Hope farm. So I I can conclude that with 200 gram Runion per ton of feed, we can reduce oil. It is proven. So there is no bad effect. Result is more or less same, a bit increased in performance. And so we can use 200 gram Runion for per ton of feed for broiler for rearing 38 days. So if I want to reduce feed cost, I can use unconventional raw materials. I can reduce a bit oil. Result is good. Next slide.
Runion best function is when we save feed cost, there isn't any negative effect. This is a big feed mills in Bangladesh. Our 10,000 MT feed per month feed mills in Bangladesh. They also done our trials.
Yes. It was conducted in Bangladesh. It's a big feed mill. They got a trial for 2,592 birds were evaluated for a period of only 35 days. You know, in Bangladesh, broilers are being reared up to 1 month to 35 days only, 5 days more. This is the practice of Bangladesh rearing broiler. There are 3 treatments with a replicate span. It was replicated, but treatment was 3: normal feed without Runion, treatment 1, treatment 2 with Runion. They replace emulsifier because bile acid acts as emulsifier as well as activation of lipase enzyme. So they replace emulsifier, and treatment 3 they put Runion and replace emulsifier, but increase non-conventional feed ingredients, rice polish. So sometimes in Bangladesh, you know, due to environmental factor, rice polish is not in good quality. So that's why we avoid using rice polish. But with bile acid, we can use rice polish. That they tried whether rice polish in larger amount will be used with bile acid to know the efficacy of the feed of treatment 3. I mean other raw materials including rice polish large amount and Runion, how it works. They try to understand. They got a positive result. Next slide. Customer feedback data after they finished trial. They gave to us this result. In treatment 1, I mean without Runion, it birds age 35, average feed 2,766, and mortality 4.32, and FCR 1.56. So with Runion, what we find, FCR reduce 3.61 treatment 2, and mortality reduce 3.61 and FCR 1.56. More or less FCR okay, same, but bird mortality reduce. This is very important because birds are not getting vulnerable due to toxins and other factors like anti-nutritional factors and intestinal bad effect, but that little bit reduce. So that's why less mortality, I think. From that understanding, it is clear. And with Ronion and byproducts, I mean rice polish, mortality more or less same with without Ronion. FCR 1.56 and daily average gain a bit higher, 50.09. From this data, we can conclude that we can use unconventional raw materials. There is no tension. Why? It works to reduce anti-nutritional factors. That's why without Runion and with Runion, more or less it's okay. If we do not use unconventional raw materials, definitely FCR will be better. That is treatment 2. In treatment 2, we didn't use rice polish. So it gives us good FCR 3.6. It proves that Runion works. If we compare with treatment 1, it also proved in treatment 3 with Runion and rice polish, I can get good result as treatment 1, but I can use unconventional raw materials. So Runion works on unconventional raw materials, anti-nutritional factor that will be reduced by the effect of Runion, I mean bile acid. So bile acid has good effect on anti-nutritional factor, on minimizing stress, on getting good performance in terms of reduction of mortality. So it is good in terms of mortality, in terms of using unconventional feed raw materials, and little bit contribution of more digestion of oil from the unconventional items like from rice polish. Next slide. Result and conclusion. I have already mentioned this result. That treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 3, treatment 1 without Runion, treatment 2 and 3 with Runion, treatment 3 Runion plus rice polish. So definitely I can conclude that Runion to save feed cost 300 taka per metric ton. How they used rice polish more, that's why they saved 300 taka feed cost per ton, and they were able to reduce mortality. So there is no negative effect. Survival rate improved. FCR no FCR is not affected. Daily gain, average daily gain improved, and BPI improved. Performance is better. So it is proven that it works on the broiler performance, and it is conducted as a good trial in Bangladesh. Next slide. There is a summary. Bile acid promote fat digestion and absorption, save energy, which can reduce the addition of oil. No need to use more oil. Rather, we can reduce 3 liter of oil. So 200 gram bile seed equal to 5 to 8 kg of oil. It is proven from the trial. Directly replace the supplemental lipase and emulsifier. If you have less lipase in the enzyme, multi-enzyme, no problem. Bile acid will help. And if you do not put emulsifier, no problem. Bile acid will help to emulsify oil. So from this point, if you use less amount of emulsifier or no use of emulsifier, less amount of lipase, so there is no tension. You will get a good result, and you can able to reduce feed cost also. Promote the absorption and utilization of fat soluble vitamins. You know, bile acid is will help in digestion of fat. So some pigment and fat soluble vitamins will be available in the liver. So it's good. If you want to good quality of egg yolk by the promoting of pigment, if you want to increase fat soluble vitamins, so bile acid is very important to increase these things. And so from this we can save 30 to 40% pigment, so it can save feed cost also. So if you want to get good quality eggshell, good quality egg yolk, we can use bile acid. Bile acid can promote the enzymatic hydrolysis of mycotoxins. I have already mentioned that endotoxin will be broken down, and toxicity will be reduced. Immunity will be boosted up. When the toxicity will be reduced, automatically immunity will be boosted up, and we can reduce anti-nutritional factors. So bile acid is very important to reduce anti-nutritional factor of which are available in some raw materials. Bile acid have antioxidation, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory also. So it has some multi functions. So it is good for incorporating in the feed formula to have multi-purposes. So it is proven by some trials. So dose is only 200 to 300 gram per ton of feed. Next slide. Liver protector.
Next,
It it works. It works as a liver protector. You know, it is very important for getting healthy liver. Healthy liver always will give you good performance in terms of meat production, in terms of metabolic activities, in terms of reduction of fatty liver, in terms of other parameters. So if I can get healthy liver, automatically my birds or animals performance will be good. So activation of FXR. FXR is a receptor of hormone. So if I can activate more FXR, so more fat will be able to produce cholesterol, fatty acid, triglyceride, and other lipoprotein. So to when this product will be produced in the liver, liver will not be fatty. So bile acid help activation of FXR and reduce the deposition of fat in the liver. When FXR will be working more, automatically fat will not be deposited in the liver. So this is technical information. And toxin, endotoxin will be in the liver. It will combine with other things. It will make complex, and liver will have some burden. Liver will be heavily work to detoxify these things. This endotoxin will be broken down, so toxicity will be reduced. Liver will get less burden. So this is very important. Avoid the harm of endotoxin in the intestine as well as in liver. So bile acid will help to reduce these endotoxin in the intestine and in liver. Bile secretion promote liver cell to secrete the large amount of thin bile, eliminate toxins. You know, uh, when the bile acid will be produced in the liver, so it will be helping to eliminate toxins. It will go with other things to the gallbladder. So toxins will be reduced from the liver. It will be in the gallbladder. Automatically it will be coming out in the intestine after reduction of its toxicity. So it is natural choice of animal body through thousands of years for liver protector. So bile acid in our body, from gallbladder, bile acid is coming out. Why it's coming out? For this function, it is coming out, and to get our liver healthy. It is proven from the very beginning of the animal existence in the world. Next slide.
Actually, Mr. Actor service many big of layer farms. Some layer farm due to the feed raw material problems suffer high mortalities very early. Mr. Actors use Runio to kill them fatty liver and kill the toxin livers very well, reduce mortality. They have many successful cases in Bangladesh market.
Yes, effect of Runion, how it works. Dose range will be 200 to 300 gram per ton of feed. And number one, improve the uniformity in the rearing period and promote growth and development. Very important. If you use this in the broiler feed, you will get uniformity. If you use this in the layer grower pullet, will get some uniformity. And if you use in a layer, it will improve egg production by 3 to 5% and eggshell texture. Very good color of eggshell, and eggshell texture is good. Definitely bile acid gives this positive effect on eggshell as well as increasing egg production. How it optimizes energy, it optimizes essential fatty acid, it optimizes fat soluble vitamins from the liver. So it is helping in increasing egg production. Sorry. And it prevents fatty liver, prolong egg production period, and reduce mortality 2 to 5%. So if you find any layer farm which is suffering from mortality, and it is seen that birds egg production percentage is being decreased, please, you can use this Runion to arrest and reduce mortality and to increase egg production and good eggshell quality. Next slide.
This part show bile acid can improve the eggshell quality because bile acid can improve the soluble vitamins absorptions like vitamin A, D, E, K. Vitamin D3 can improve the curcumin absorptions. So most of the older has suffer the eggshell quality problems. Their curcumin not absorption not good. So bile acid promote the vitamin D absorption. Vitamin D improves curcumin absorption, so the actual shell quality improved.
Yeah. So this is the good effect of getting good quality eggshell. Why? If you give uh, calcium from calcium carbonate, I mean limestone, and dicalcium phosphate or monocalcium phosphate, or you give large amount of these things to reduce eggshell quality, to reduce broken down eggs. Uh, if you do not have enough vitamin D3 in the liver, in the blood, it will not give you good absorption of calcium and phosphorus. Vitamin D3 helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. So if you want to get more absorption of calcium, to get less reduction of eggshell, I mean broken eggs, definitely you have to ensure that enough vitamin D3 is in the body, I mean is in the blood, is in the cell. Then you can be able to reduce eggs, broken eggs, and you can get good result. Bile acid increase fat soluble vitamin, vitamin A, vitamin D3, vitamin E, and K. These four fat soluble vitamins are very essential for egg production. So to increase more eggs, definitely you have to ensure that these fat soluble vitamins are in the liver. So bile acid helps to get this fat soluble vitamin with the fat in the liver, and it will be metabolized in the liver to supply it to the bloodstream for getting good performance in increasing egg production. Next slide.
Yes, from Mr. Actor service, before use our product, they suffer heavy fatty liver problems, and they actually they before use bile acid, their best egg production is 88, but after use our productions to kill their fatty livers, their egg production can reach 90, 93. Is right?
Right. So this is seeing is believing, even though it is in the photos, but it is a proven case in a layer form. Bile acid prevent fatty acid of laying hens. You can prove it. You can use bile acid. Seeing is believing. You know, laying hens are affected with fatty liver syndrome. You can see in the left side, liver is fatty. Then this liver, after 1 month's treatment with Runion, this liver got improved, and it got good quality, as, and it ensured less uh, broken eggs and less mortality, and egg production increase. So how bile acid decrease fat deposit in liver, promote synthesis of very low density lipoprotein. You know, if you can increase very low density lipoprotein, fat will never be deposited in the liver. So bile acid helps in the synthesis of very low density lipoprotein. This is very technical message for all of us. Then previously we told you that activate FXR and signaling molecule, activate effector, promote fat and carbohydrate metabolism. Yeah, fat will be digested and metabolized easily, and to get more energy, it is very important. Prevent fats synthesis and glucogenesis in the liver. You know, if bird needs some essential fatty acid, if it is not enough, so liver will produce it. Otherwise, bird will not give you an egg. Bird will never give you an egg. But needs essential fatty acid like linoleic acid. So these are very important essential fatty acid. So if you cannot produce very low density lipoprotein, so fatty acid and cholesterol and other proteins will not be produced in the liver. So fat will be depressed.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, it's okay. The voice is okay.
Okay. So next slide.
Yes. There is a case is a breeder in that breeder case. The case from China we found. Actually, breeder and layers all work like a machine. Every day give eggs. Every day give eggs. So they have some theme in the improve the egg quality and egg production, especially in the breeder and layer over 40 weeks.
Number of daily death in control group, I mean without Runion, it was 32. With Runion, it was 13. You know, there is a big survival rate. I mean 32 in control, with Runion 13. Laying rate 67.5, it was increased 73 with Runion. Qualified rate of hatching eggs 97.8, it was increased 99.1. Percentage of broken eggs, that is very important for all of us. Percentage of broken eggs 0.39, that was decreased 0.27. Egg weight, it is good for good market price. Control 60.4, with Runion 62.6. So egg weight also increased. Conclusion, we can say after adding Runion up to 26 days, the egg production rate of breeders decrease slowly. The egg weight and the qualified egg hatching eggs increase. They thought that how Runion works. So when egg production rate was decreased, they used Runion. They got good result for increasing egg production, increasing egg weight, decreasing mortality, and the average daily mortality fantastically, effectively reduced. That is very good sign for using Runion in breeder farm. Next slide.
Now Bangladesh two big breeder farms have use it. This is another part in cattle. First, we introduce renewal functions in beef cattle. This trial is in Costa Rica, and it can improve the beef cattle's growth and weight gain. The ROI is very high.
Good. You know, Runion works in cattle farm, even though it is very important for us to get healthy liver in cattle also, because liver is the main organ of the body to give any and it's good performance. So they tested onion in cattle farm in Costa. They got good result. Especially they got good return on investment. That is very important. Every farms wants to get profit, so they will try the level base to get healthy cattle for getting good return on investment. Next slide. So result and conclusion in Costa Rica's result, effect of Runion on the growth performance of cattle, initial body weight without Runion 216.7, with Runion, I mean Bile 216.7, same initial. With they got try control group and treatment group. Initial weight same, but final body weight after treatment in control 237.7, but with Runion it was 245.9 increase, body weight increase. So it proves that Runion works. And average daily gain in control, I mean without Runion 0.42, with Runion I mean Bile seed. Runion is the brand name of Bile seeds of LACHANCE groups. So 0.58. So average daily gain increased. Experimental length, it was 50 days. Bile seed cost 0.165. Then Bile seed cost calculated. Net
Yeah, the brother.
profit, it was found. Yeah.
I explain one point in this part. This is high content by acid. Normal with see Runyo is 30% by acid, so the price is lower. But the average high content by acid, the dosage is lower, so the average cost is same. This this part we can calculate, but no problems. Later we will show more details for
Okay.
30% by acid dosage.
Okay. Here they have calculated bile seed per cow per day. So here more concentrated bile seed was used. So they calculated the cost. Cost is here increase due to concentrate. Bile seed cost is more here due to concentrate of bile seed. They calculated, but they found that good return on investment is in treatment group. I mean, with bile seed, they got good result. They gave dose 3 gram per cattle per day, and it was treated for 50 days, 50 days. So they got good result for return on investment. They got good profit in comparison with control without bile seed. Next slide. So conclusion, I mean summary, seeing is believing. Here you can find two graph, comparison of final body weight between the experimental group. So control control group 237.7, and the bile acid group is greater. And average daily gain also greater in comparison with control group. So conclusion, we adopted the most common breed of beef cattle in the local area. They got local cattle, and they gave good quality grass and other regular feed, but they added bile acid in the concentrate feed. They found that daily body weight increase and daily gain good. So they got more price of cattle treated with bile acid. So in comparison with control, it is more profitable. Next slide.
Runyon can kill the fatty liver and ketosis in the diaries, especially after the pregnant diaries. The fatty liver and ketosis easily occur. So I know the choline chloride also can kill the problems, but Runyon not only can kill this, and it can help pregnant diarrhea healthy recover, protect liver, improve the old dairy's milk productions.
Right. Case 5, you know, it is ketosis is nothing. It's a metabolic disease. So when the animal liver will be fatty, it will if it do not have enough fatty acid or energy to produce more milk and meat, definitely body will suffer from ketosis. So if you add bile acid in the feed of cattle, definitely these cattle will be free from metabolic disorders towards ketosis disease. If there is no ketosis, definitely liver will be healthy, liver will be less broken down, liver will be less cirrhosis, liver function will be good. So we will get good performance in terms of milk production. So here they gave 30 30 gram per cow per day. So Runyon, they gave 30 gram per cow per day. They got a good result in milk production and health parameters, and they got avoiding of ketosis. So we do not want any ketosis in our cattle farm. So we should use Runyon. Dose is 30 gram per cow per day. Next slide. So response of milk production to bile acid supplementation. We can increase milk production if we use bile acid. So comparison of peak milk production before and after feeding bile acid. During peak milk production, they in a control they didn't give any bile acid, and in another cow they gave bile acid. There is a difference. You can see after bile acid, milk production increase. Without bile acid, less milk production. So it is about 3.5 69 kg increase in milk production yield after supplementing bile acid compared with out bile acid. So equal to about 10% more milk in bile acid group than control group. So we can increase 10% more milk with supplementation of bile acid in the cattle feed. This is technical message and result of a trial in milk production cattle farm. Next slide.
Not only so high as milk production, bile acid can improve the milk production. Only your dairy's milk production per day can improve over 15 to 16, 15 or 16. Bile acid can improve nearly half kilo to 1 kilo milk production per day per cattle.
Yes.
And prevent many diseases and improve the pregnant cattle's health and recover, especially the older.
Yes. Retained placenta, it's a common problem in Bangladesh because in Bangladesh, most of the cattle in rural areas suffers from malnutrition, improper diet. So due to improper diet, I mean without balancing diet, they take cow face suffers from nutritional deficiency like minerals, energy, fatty acid. So when cow gives a calf tent in the uterus, it is not coming out. So sometimes they use their hand to take it. After 24 hours, it's not coming out automatically. They use their hand to get it out, but it's very risky for cows. So if we can use Runion, we can we can ensure that prolonged pregnancy. So biology helps in proper timing, so remove automatically. Uh, responses positively by the use of bile tips in feed. So it is good for our cattle farming in Bangladesh. It is technical message for uses of bile retention timing of placenta, fertility to get safe and less disease prone to utilize. So conception rate will be increased if we can get good retention time of placenta after coming. Next slide. Okay, good slide. Bile acid supply and its relation to culling rate. Comparison of culling rate during the first 60 days in milk before and after feeding bile acid. Before bile acid and after bile acid use, they found that the average culling rate of dairy cows is 14.66 before feeding bile acid, and the culling rate dropped after supplementing bile acid. So, if I want to cull any cow from my shed, why not to try with bile acid? Because bile acid might be having good effect at more milk and as well as more meat if I can ensure that it is getting improved in its performance. It is proven that they are able to reduce culling period of cow to get it prolonged for its production, and it's good. It was 14.66% improved to reduce the culling time. Thank you. Next slide. Oh yes, it is already mentioned that bile acid protect liver and intestine health. It is the previous slide saying promote the synthesis of very low density lipoprotein and reduce the liver fat deposition. I have already told these things as an intestinal chemical barrier. I means complex of combined of toxin, endotoxin. It is already mentioned, and promote the secretion of large amount of thin bile acid already mentioned, and a signal molecule and bound to bile acid receptor. Yes, effects are already mentioned. So from this point, it protects liver, intestine, and enhance liver functionality. Next slide.
Yes, this part we already mentioned. So I want
Mention, next.
to also just want to show one point. Cattle and the layers are long-term cultural animals, so the protected liver is very important, especially with the old layer, old cattle, because we also need their work. Once they decline, main problems is liver synthesized nutrition decline. Okay, next part uh, I will show more details.
Yes.
So today, okay, I see some the details about our product. We finished today's webinar. We introduce Runio's functions in boiler, layer, breeders, and kettles. Actually, it has two main functions of the Runio. One is protect livers, one is improve fat utilizations. So we use this way, we can save feed cost, but when we save feed cost, we can let the liver healthy, we can get the better feed performance. This is our product special. This is innovative product in China's. Our countries, most customers use our product to get good result. And in Bangladesh, now the business is also growing. In other countries, we also find the business partner, and we also want to create more great business for help customers save feed cost. Let the customers use less cost, but same no qualities declines. Same qualities product. This is why bile acid is different from the emulsifier, because the emulsifier also only has the functions emulsifications, but bile acid can participate in the emulsification, digestion, and absorptions. So only the crude fat finally absorptions in the animal bodies, the utilization is finished. So our product can participate in the 4 steps in the complex fat utilizations. So it can improve the crude fat 15 to 30%. The This is why it can save feed cost in fat part. Like this part open activate the lipids, open the lipids space lead structures, get more touch with the enzymes, and recognize the biacid help combine with the mixed particles carry fatty acid. Let fatty acid can smoothly enter the small intestine venues and complete the fat absorption process. We know this is the finish. This is the final steps for the crude fat utilization. This is why biacid can detoxify and improve the feed qualities. I just in the today's webinar, so I mentioned most countries suffer the mycotoxin problems, and most countries when stores the feed raw material and transport the feed raw materials, they suffer the harmful materials. This damages the feed qualities, damage animal health, let the health can't work a long times. But biacid can detoxify in chemical part. It's different from the toxic binder. Toxic binder is from physical part, biacid from the chemical part. They can combine together work for the harmful materials for better feed qualities. Okay, this is the last page of today's presentations. Thank you, Mr. Actors, today for works tours for these webinars. Because Mr. Actors is our very important consultant, and he serves many feed mills, many farms for us. Our Bangladesh business growing due to his support for let many feed mill trials. I also want to know if any customers need have questions about our product. You can feel free contact us or give us your questions. We will answer at this time.
Yes, thank you very much, Arman and the other team members of today's webinar. And I especially thank those who are connected with us for enjoying this.
Please open the voice, every friend. Yes, could I
Can you
get your
hear?
contact?
Yeah, and I'm so happy with LACHANCE Group for introducing this product in Bangladesh for getting healthy layers, healthy cattle, healthy fish. How when the liver will be healthy and fat, especially for fish feed, more fat is used, especially for broiler feed, more fat is used, and in cattle, fat is very much important for milk production. So if fat is not properly digested, uh, we will not get good result. So runion, I mean bile seed, helps in fat digestion and absorption. So always we are afraid of toxins and anti-nutritional factor. So we can use runion to avoid these anti-nutritional factors, stress, and to get healthy liver, we can use runion. And so LACHANCE Group has introduced this runion in Bangladesh. We are happy with LACHANCE Group, especially Mr. Arman. He works a lot to introduce this product for our development of industries. Thank you all who are connected with us for enjoying this webinar. I'm so happy, and you can contact with me My name is MD Akhtaruzzaman. Nickname is Akhtar. My mobile number is 01-711-60-3465. Or who are very known to Arman, you can send Arman to get my number. Arman will give you, or you can note it again: 01-711-60-3465. Feel free to communicate with me for any questions or any clarification how Runion works on cattle, on layer, on fish. So please feel free to communicate with me, with Arman. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you, everyone. If no
Do
friend
you
have questions,
do you have any question right now? You can ask. We'll try our level best to give you further clarification.
yes. If no questions, we will finish today's webinar. Thank you everyone's participate, and thank you Ms. Actors and our colleagues support.